water department. Dusty has all the, he's done all the hydrants and stuff. He's all flushed and ready to go for the summer, so we won't have to worry about that again until September.
Did you want to say anything about the spring cleanup?
Well, yeah, I was going to, well, yeah, well, I can do that. Dusty took care of the spring cleanup. We had spring cleanup last weekend. It wasn't really successful. I mean, as far as we had a dumpster here and we had 2 packers here, and they only filled, half filled the dumpster and with metal and stuff like that, and they sent 1 packer home at 1 o'clock because there wasn't that many people that took part in it. So I don't know if things are getting cleaned up or what the deal is, or it was too nice a day and people didn't want to play around with it. But it's something that we'll have to discuss at a further time. Whether it's viable to keep that going or not, or maybe do it every we cut back from twice a year to once a year, and even the last one we did in October was way down too. Nobody was there, so I don't know whether it's it'll be a decision we'll have to make whether it's worth spending the money to do that. It's a nice option for the citizens, but if people aren't going to use it, we should spend the money. Okay, moving on. Jane, library.
One announcement, the former library director, the retired library director, Jim Warwick, is going to do his African Safari Travelogue thing for us Saturday, June 2nd at 10 o'clock. So if anybody would like to see his presentation on his African Safari, it will be Saturday, June 2nd. And I have one question. Will the electricity in the main part of the hall remain off now until the windows and everything are redone? Because none of the outlets in the, now that they've shut off the electricity for the part where Dusty was at, none of the electrical outlets in the hall part work. Now the electricity is still on in the kitchen. In other words, there's an outlet in the kitchen that works, but not in the main part of the hall.
That was supposed to be shut off?
No, we haven't really shut that off yet.
Well, there's no electricity. Whether you shut it off.
Unless Dusty shut it off on the panel box in the old DPW building. But we have not had Detroit Edison open there yet to disconnect the power to that building yet.
Okay, then maybe just something in his box.
And the reason we haven't is there was a question about power in the old township hall and that. So as soon as we get our electrical inspector over there to take a look at it and see, and then the process, what has to be done, or if anything has to be done, because it was thought, right, when they did the library and stuff, that was all disconnected, and I mean the library is on its own special.
Right, and everything in the library is fine, and the kitchen
but I think
is fine.
the town hall and the old fire hall were still hooked together for some reason. So
the only thing that should have been hooked together is the stuff on the north wall.
Yeah, and that's where all our outlets are, and so, yeah, so we
The
have.
kitchen was separated from that.
Well, I think what we'll have to do is get somebody over there so those, when they do shut that off and power those plugs up to get those temporarily working so they're not without power.
Because that really was the only working plugs that were left in the hall were those ones on the north wall. So once they were shut off, other than that.
We won't leave you without electricity there.
Well, I don't know that Michelle ran her thing for her boombox for her programs from the kitchen. We have extension cords, but I was thinking that if somebody comes and reserves the hall for an afternoon or Sunday afternoon or something, and then finds themselves without electricity, they might be unhappy campers.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. We will take care of that though before we totally disconnect and make sure that there's power there.
Okay, that was it.
Moving on, unfinished business, chapel restoration project. Would anybody like to address that?
Well, we've had a couple of work bees on the windows. I know Bob Bailey asked about it last month about them not being painted. The Putty was painted on the new replacement windows. The storm windows have been painted, and I know today they were there putting the storm windows back up, and I wasn't there because I was out of town, so I don't know what happened today. We have fundraising projects going, the first of which probably the ice cream social.
June 24th.
June 24th, 1, 2, 3. They'll be at the chapel. There'll be information out. We're working on a ball game.
Ruby Tuesdays, Bill, did you get the papers in to Ruby Tuesdays?
Yeah.
I left you some papers.
Yeah, I haven't got to it, but I didn't stream it. Yeah, I probably will.
Well, I guess we have to Ruby Tuesdays for a while,
And the next steps are the next project.
No, don't know what that was on there. India. But I don't have it, here it be. But I don't know.
Okay. Anybody else, any comments on chapel? Moving on to our building codes. Well,
I don't have it. I mean, you typed it up.
my God.
I've never seen it.
Oh, I handed it to you, so you have it.
You handed it?
Well, we'll do it the next meeting.
Okay.
We'll do it.
But it's all set.
It's all set, ready to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a matter of us to accept it. Moving on, the proposal for restoring the old township hall. Caroline, you want-
Well, just that we're getting ready to demo the DPW building, and do we have any prices at all on that yet, or on the foundation repair?
No.
I don't think it would hurt to approve this, though. I think it's a good price, and hopefully we're going to move it all right along. If we even have to have a special meeting to approve the estimates, we've got to get that. I think we need to get that done before we have elections if we can.
You want to talk to the guy from Deckerville?
He's supposed to call me when he's gonna be back down this way. And I told him to get it for a day when he gets some, bad.
Oh, it's for FedEx.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'm
what
working my way.
I think what we need to do is on the demo of that building is get, good pencils ready to hand out,
Yeah, that's the best thing to be done.
Demo the building, we need to get that demoed anyway, and then take the rest of it from there.
Yeah, I just gotta get a few more measurements, that's what I'm doing here. I thought, I have to change anything I want to start with.
But we could, some of this work on
Really,
Old Town Hall could begin,
not really.
on the closets and things.
Well, I think if we're gonna deal with foundations and stuff, that we need to really get the foundations and stuff, make sure that things are stable under there before we put any more money into it.
Okay. Right.
The bids for painting the township hall. We have two bids, we had three bids on it originally. One of the bidders didn't send certificates of insurance and stuff like that, so. Some of the final.
Okay, you got mine?
Okay, the Dan Holiday painting, Port Huron. His bid on totally painting the inside of this building, two coats, was $5,750 for two coats. Larry's Decorating Incorporated, his estimate for the area to paint was $2,898, two coats on the inside. and they both sent certificates of insurance and workman's comp. So, I guess, is there any discussion on that?
Well, there's a substantial difference there in prices.
Mhm.
I know Larry's, just, it says painting office area. Reality is, it says bathrooms, hallways, entrance, offices, storage room, conference room. And I know Larry's is saying 2,898 square feet. But, I mean, does that include all that stuff?
That includes everything.
The foyer?
You know, foyer, 2 bathrooms, storage room, offices. So it's,
They move all the furniture and everything?
They move the furniture, our part of the bargain is we move everything off the desktops and stuff like that, you know, for them. They'll like give us a day or 2 days to be noticed that when they're coming in to do it. They're gonna try to do it on a Friday and a Saturday and weekends when we're not here, which is ideal. So what we need to do is we need to clear everything off of our desktops, you know, as far as books and stuff like that. And I don't think we need to move the computers and stuff like that. I think they can move those out far enough. I mean, I was in the decorating business for many years, so I know how to do the offices. And I'm sure they'll do the same way, cover everything with plastic. Larry did the exterior.
For us last
He
year.
did the exterior. And he did an excellent job on it.
Can't see no sense in spending $3,000 more.
I'll make a motion that we accept Larry's bid for $2,888. Eight Township Hall, interior.
I'll support it.
Okay, we have a motion and support. Accept Larry's decorating bid for $2,898. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Okay, Mr. Fletcher?
Yes.
Mr. Breiler?
Yes.
Mrs. Minnie?
Yes.
Mr. Apple?
Yes,
Mrs. Tremblay, yes.
motion carries. Okay, moving on to our anti-blight ordinance. Everybody get a chance to look at this, look this over, and hopefully. Any comments or any discussion about it?
Is it basically because of the publication and stuff that we're redoing this, or did we change something?
Because of the penalty, I was given the wrong information on the first time. And so I checked with our planner, and it was just, it was a mistake.
It's the same as it was, it's just.
Yeah?
We're not.
I didn't see
No, we're not
change
changing anything.
No.
I didn't think
It's
change.
just-
It's just
We're doing it
the
again
published
because
date and the effective date.
The date wasn't, the date on it wasn't right, you know, but.
Well, I'll make a motion to accept the anti-blight ordinance.
I'll support it. We have a motion and support to accept the anti-blight ordinance. Ask for a roll call vote, please.
Mrs. Minnie?
Yes.
Mr. Apple?
Yes.
Mr. Breiler?
No.
Mr. Fletcher?
Yes.
Mrs. Tremblay, yes.
Motion carries.